Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mishka, and in today's video we are going to discuss 5 questions you should ask potential host families during the interview process. So the first question is, are you required to work on the weekends? So remember, host families are only required to give you 1 full weekend off per month and 1.5 consecutive days off per week. So some families do require you to sometimes work on a Saturday morning, and that is something that I did not want to do. I wanted my weekends off, so I found a family that never required me to work. A lot of families don't require you to work on the weekends, but it's important that you ask this question so that you don't feel like you've been blindsided or you weren't aware of the schedule. The next question to ask is regarding transportation. Will you have your own car? Au pairs are so happy to hear that they get their own car, and they forget to ask very important follow-up questions regarding this. So one of the important follow-up questions to ask if you do get your own car is, who pays for the fuel? So another question to ask is, what are the restrictions regarding the car? Can you drive the car anyway? For example, can you take it into the city? Can you drive it on the highway? Are you allowed to use the car overnight? So if you go camping or if you stay at a friend's house, can you park the car at the friend's house overnight? Some families have certain restrictions because it is their car and they want to protect their property and they also want to protect you. So some families have these restrictions, and au pairs feel very upset about these things because they feel like they weren't told this previously. But it's important to know that some families will change these rules as they get to know you and as they get to see that you are responsible, that you're a safe driver. So you have to be very accommodating and understanding as well. The third question to ask is, who cooks dinner currently? Some au pairs find themselves in a sticky situation where they offer to cook dinner once for the family, showing them their authentic Colombian food or authentic Mexican food, and somehow find themselves in a situation where they are constantly cooking dinner every night for the family. Remember, this is not your job, but I do understand that au pairs find themselves in this tricky situation where they feel very uncomfortable to say no to the family, or they feel like they're not going to get a good meal if they don't cook because the parents don't cook. So they feel like if they're cooking for themselves, they have to cook for the family. If you don't mind doing this, that is completely okay. You are only expected to feed the kids. And usually American kid dinners are very easy. They often chicken nuggets, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, or mac and cheese. So these are very simple dinners. Next question is, ask the family if they follow any special diet. Now you may wonder, why do you need to ask this question? If the family follows a certain religion, for example, Judaism, they may have certain restrictions towards bringing certain types of food into the house. So, for example, certain Jewish people may not want you to bring in pork or other non-kosher foods. You have to be respecting this kind of boundary because it is their religion at the end of the day. But at the same time, you need to know these things before you choose that family so you aren't disappointed or you don't get upset at their rules that they may have in place. Another thing may be regarding the kids being allergic to certain things, like if they're allergic to nuts or dairy, the family may not keep certain types of food like ice cream or peanuts or peanut butter, and this may be hard for you to deal with if you are used to having those kind of foods. So you need to know what kind of foods that are restricted in the household. Rather know, so then you pick a different family that is better suited to you. And the last question for this video is, will you be traveling with the family? So if they go on vacation like to Hawaii or Mexico, it may be really exciting if they're going to be taking you along. But you have to remember, you may be working. So it's important to ask what will be expected of you on these trips. You may find yourself looking after the kids in the hotel room while the family goes on these really nice dinners or does really exciting activities, and you may be really disappointed that you're in Mexico but stuck in the hotel room. Remember, this is your job. Your job is to take care of the kids, but it's important that you do ask what your job will entail on the holidays so you aren't disappointed and you know exactly what is expected out of you. If you're okay working on the holidays as long as you're going to these different places, then that's great. But it's just important that you make sure you know what your role is and you know what is expected out of you so you aren't disappointed. And that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below if you would like a part 2. I have so many really important questions you should ask host families, And I believe that asking the right questions will lead you to choosing the right family and making your au pair experience the best experience you can have. And I'll see you next time. Oh, before I forget, if you can't wait for my next video and really want to know more information, I did write this book called Destination Au Pair, a Navigation Guide. It's got all the questions, a lot of resources, a lot of information that could help you have the best au pair journey and experience. So I will leave a link in the description below. Check it out if you want, and I will see you next time. Take care.